completely control how something that we do is going to be used by others. The Mahabharata says that broadly, the actions that we choose, how do we know whether action is right or wrong? And there are three broad factors: intent, content, and consequence. Intent is, why am I doing this? Content is, what exactly am I doing? And consequence is, what is the result of my doing this? So let's say somebody gives, actually one of the triggers for me to start practicing spiritual life or start exploring spiritual life was that the futility or at least the inadequacy of social service became very apparent to me at one time. I had since my childhood a lot of faith in the power of education. That by educating people, we can help them create a better future for themselves. So when I was studying engineering, at that time I joined a social service organization, and we would near my college there was a slum behind. So on behalf of that organization, I would go to the slums and I would offer free tuitions to the children over there. So I would teach English, maths, history, some of things like that. So I was doing that for some time, and soon these kids, they became friends and started telling that almost every one of their houses, their home life was terrible because their fathers, mostly fathers, sometimes mothers also, but mostly fathers were alcoholics. And then under the influence of alcohol, there would be domestic violence and horrible things. So then I started thinking, their home life is so unstable and so insecure. So how much is my teaching them calculus or something like that really going to help them? So then we talked, and that organization was quite flexible. So we decided to go into anti-alcohol campaigning. So I used to go to the slums, one of my friends would go to a nearby village. And we worked and we counseled and we got some other people to come and speak also. And over a period of time, that one small village, that whole became free from alcohol. And we felt it was a great victory for us. But then, after that, one day my friend came from that village and he looked completely devastated. I said, what happened? He said, when the local elections were there at that time, and one of the political candidates, he brought 2 truckloads of free alcohol for all the candidates. And not only the fathers, but even their sons, teenage sons are all drunk.
It's free.
Sorry?
Free.
Free, yes. Whenever a product is given free, that means we are the product.
Except poison. Except poison.
Except poison, yeah. But even in poison, they want to get us, isn't it? So basically what happened was, at that time I started thinking, that at one level, I'm trying to help people, but are people able to receive that help? There is something within them which prevents them from taking that help. So that's the time I started reading a little bit more of self-help and spirituality. So when I read Bhagavad Gita at that time, and I read 3.36, Rajan asked this question: what is it that makes us do wrong things? What is it that makes us, almost against our will, do that which is harmful for us? Atha kena prayuktoyam papam jarati purusha anichanapi varshneya baladivanyamjitaha. As if by force we are impelled to do something wrong. So then when I read that, and then I gradually started understanding the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, what is struck is that for all of us, within us there are some anarthas. There's lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. And these prevent us from doing our own good, doing good for ourselves. And now, for example, domestic violence is a significant issue in so many parts of the world. In the Western world, it's an issue. And so the government makes a lot of laws, and if there is a small incident also, you should report to the police, and the police will come and arrest the offending man, and it can become, it can sometimes lead to overreaction. But almost there's many studies done, 90% of between 70 to 90% of domestic violence cases happen because of alcohol. When people are drunk, everybody becomes angry. But when do people become violent? It's when, see, what alcohol does is it removes our inhibitions. We all have certain inhibitions about doing certain actions. Alcohol removes our inhibitions, and then we may act in ways in which we normally never act. So now nobody wants to talk about that aspect. Why? Because there's big money for the alcohol industry. I had a friend in Japan, so he was telling me that because there is a lot of workload everywhere, but especially in Japan, there's a lot of workload, so people are under stress, so they smoke a lot. And because of smoking, they have a lot of insurance and a lot of the economy goes down because of people's health going down. So the health ministry gave us strong recommendation to the government saying that we should create a heightened awareness about smoking and get people to stop smoking. But then there is the whole lobby of the cigarette producers. And from the government's perspective, they are giving us taxes. And this campaign against smoking, that will take our money. So that campaign is spread very much. So what is the point which I am making over here is that in some ways, my intent, you could say when I was going there and trying to offer an education to the children was good. But I saw the desired consequence was not coming. So then, am I responsible for the consequence? If I know consciously that this person is short-tempered, and then I end up giving them money, by which they buy alcohol and they become even more short-tempered and they attack someone. Then legally I may not be responsible, but still morally I am responsible. And if I give a gun to someone and the person goes and shoots someone, then legally I am also culpable. The point is that for us, when we are going to do a particular action, we have to consider the intent, content and consequence. And based on that, we have to choose the right action. So, now at one level you could say a person is starving, and if they have nothing else to eat and they are given meat to eat, at least they will live. And Prabhupada also said, when devotees told that if you go to at that time the Soviet Russia, and there's no vegetarian food available over there. And Prabhupada said, eat meat, but share Krishna consciousness. But preach. So in extreme situations, if there's no food, even animal food is okay. But in most cases, it is not like that. So in most cases, some people say that, hey, if we don't eat animals, animals will grow so much that they will overrun the earth. There is no space for humans to live. That is completely untrue. Because in today's world, animals are produced in the factory farms. Now artificial insemination is done so that animals can be produced in large number and they are produced to be killed. So it is not that the animals are growing in nature and they are overgrowing and we are going there and killing them. It's not like that. We are systematically growing them so that we can kill them. So in that sense, intent, content, consequence if we see, based on that we can take a prudent decision. So if somebody is starving and there is no food available, okay, then at that time meat is okay. But if there is an alternative where somebody can be given something which is not anti-devotional, then that is much better. And we can try to contribute to something like that. Does that answer your question?
Meat eating is a karma or a sin?
It's both.
But Manu Dharma says otherwise. Kshatriyas, Shudras, they can eat meat. They get karma but not sin. Is that right?
Okay.
If I'm deviating, it's okay.
Okay. So is it that eating meat gives karma but not sin? Well, I don't really know whether you can really differentiate between karma and sin like that. Basically, you could say that there is good karma and there is bad karma. And bad karma itself is called as sin. So now in the
About Manu Dharma then?
Yeah, okay, I'll come to that point. See, pravrittiresha bhutanam nivrittistu mahaphalam. So this is in the Bhagavatam also, and this is also there in the Manu Samhita. The point over there is that say meat eating, intoxication, and to some extent promiscuity, unrestricted sexuality. These are the ways of general human beings. Pravrittir esha bhutana. But nivrittistu mahaphalam. If one gives this up, then one can get the great result. So the idea is that instead of seeking the Bhagavatam or generally the broad dharmic texts, don't give dharma as one circle. If you are doing this, you are dharmic. If you are doing out this, you are adharmic. You give dharma as a set of expanding concentric circles. So it's like, imagine a pyramid. So the top of the pyramid is one small point. As you keep downward, it becomes much bigger in the perimeter, in the circumference. So like that, we could say there are dharmas for different levels of people. And what is the point of having dharmas for different levels of people? That if you cannot fit here, then you fit here. If you cannot fit here, you fit here. So the idea is, it's not 1-0. If you are doing this, you are going back to God. If you are not doing this, you want to go back to hell. Now we can say that for Kshatriyas, meat eating was allowed, which is true. Now there are practical reasons for this. Kshatriyas have to do a lot of physical work, fighting. And if Kshatriyas are going into the forest, grains don't grow naturally. And traditionally, according to Kshatriya codes, you're not meant to plunder. Even if there are some farms, you're not meant to plunder that just like that. So then, if they're going through forest areas, and the sages in the forest can live on herbs and fruits and vegetables. But Kshatriyas who have to do heavy physical work, they at the least need grains. And if grains are not available, then meat can be eaten. So Kshatriyas could eat meat. But you have to see that Kshatriyas, what else they did? Kshatriyas were ready to give up their life when the citizens were endangered. Kshatrayate iti Kshatriya, one who protects them from Kshatriyas, protects others from injury, from hurt, they are Kshatriyas. So some people want to say that I am a Kshatriya, so I will eat meat. But okay, are you doing the